We're going to start on our back. So go ahead and, if you have your strap, grab it. Allow yourself to recline back. We'll start with our feet together, knees apart in Supta Baddha Konasana. You want to put blocks or pillows underneath your knees. Feel free to do so. Hands will be on belly. Close your eyes, and as you start to settle in, feel the breath rising and falling in your belly. So if your hands are on your belly, on your inhale, you should feel the hands rise a bit. And on the exhale, you should feel the hands fall back down. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. And just take a few moments to connect with your breath and body. Stay here as long as you need to. Once you're ready to put movement in the body, you can bring the soles of the feet to the mat, hands into T or into cactus, and you can let your knees windshield wiper side to side, loosening up hips, loosening up lower back. And then draw the knees to the chest, a few circles each direction. Reach the right foot to the sky. If you have your strap, you can place the strap on the ball of the foot. Left foot can either come to the mat or left leg can just extend straight on the ground. And bend and straighten your right leg a few times. Start to get some circulation through the back of the right leg. You can always hold on to your thigh if you don't have a strap. Just let it be a nice relaxing stretch. Shoulders draw away from the ears. And then on your next exhale, extend the legs straight. See if you can kick the heel just a little higher to the sky. So the right leg is still reaching the sky, kicking the right leg just a little higher, maybe drawing the feet a little closer to the head. And then make some gentle circles with the right hip. Maybe going clockwise first, and then counterclockwise. Strap will come into the right hand. We're going to open the right leg to the right side. Left arm will come into a T. Find space all through the inner right thigh. Keep the left hip down. And if your left sole of the foot is on the mat, just extend the left leg straight here, because we're going to take our right leg and we're going to bring it across our body. So I'm going to take the strap or the leg into my left hand, draw the right leg across, lifting the right hip off the mat. Right arm reaches into a T, right shoulder blade stays on the mat. That's our spinal twist here. And then feel this nice stretch on the outer right hip. The more you flex your foot, the deeper the stretch is going to be. If you point the toes, it'll be a little gentler. Exhale, come back to center. Bend the left knee, bringing left sole of the foot to the mat. Remove this and bring your right leg into a figure four. Press with the pinky toe side of the right foot into the left thigh. Arms come into a T. And you can stay here or windshield wiper the legs side to side. Back to that figure four without movement. Take your right hand to the right thigh and gently press it away from your body. Feel a deeper stretch here. And then on your exhale, walk on the ceiling. We'll bring the right leg down and we'll lift the left to the sky. So if you have a strap, put the strap on the ball of the foot. If you don't, you can just circle out the ankle. And then take a few moments here. We can bend and straighten left leg. And with the right leg, it can be anywhere you want it to be. It can be bent, it can be straightened. Just relax the right leg and just work on the left. On your next exhale, extend left leg straight, kick left heel a little higher to the sky. Maybe draw your foot a little closer to your head. Keep breathing. We'll take our strap or our leg into our left hand and open left leg to left side. If you don't have a strap, I usually put my left hand right underneath my left thigh. I use it like a shelf. Just stop it there. I'm going too far. Keep the right hip down, reach through your left heel. Get a little bit more openness to the hips. And then strap comes into the right hand or leg comes into the right hand, draw it across the body. Lift up left hip. Breathe. Take one more deep inhale. On your exhale, back to center, bend the right knee, bring the right sole of the foot to the mat. You can release the strap, figure 4. Pinky toe side of the left foot presses against right thigh. Windshield wiper the legs. Loosen up the hips and the lower back. And then find stillness in the figure 4. Left hand will come to left thigh, press it away from you. On your next exhale, walk backwards on the ceiling. Bring your feet to the mat, hands come by the side body. We'll do a few bridges. So heels will be relatively close to your bottom, knees are stacked over ankles. We'll press down through the feet, lifting the hips. And back. If you want more, if you want to get a little bit into the chest on your inhale, reach arms overhead as you lift the hips. Exhale, lower them down, hands come down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. 2 more. A happy baby, nice and slowly. There's no rush to get there. Hands can come to thighs, shins for feet. Rock a little side to side. Feet come together, apart. And then we'll come into the fetal position, drawing the knees to the chest. We'll press down with the top hand and let's come into butterfly. So sit on your bottom, feet together, knees apart. Hands will come to the ankles. If your elbows reach the knees, we're going to press down gently into them. And hinge from the hips, reaching the chest forward. You can shake the head yes or no, forward fold. We'll do a few cat-cows here, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, fold forward, reach the chest forward. Rolling up. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Last one. And then draw the knees together. Tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Go through cat-cow at your own time. Add any additional movements you may need into your cat-cow. Inhale, rounding. Meet in child's pose. We're going to do wide knee child's pose to start. Big toes together, knees apart, hips towards heels. Let the chest reach towards the ground. And we're going to do a child's pose to a tadpole. So what that's going to look like is we're going to keep our big toes together, knees apart. Our hands are in front of us. We're just going to shift a little bit forward like we're coming into a hanging cobra, but we're not going to drop the hips. So we're just going to move back and then almost up to like a tabletop, maybe a little further. Exhale, back. So we're getting an inner thigh stretch here. It's not about a back bend, it's more about an inner thigh stretch. Only go as far as it feels comfortable. Do 2 more. And then draw the knees, come into your child's pose, and we'll do our child's pose to hanging cobra. So this time, letting the hips drop towards the ground, chest lifts to the sky, coming into the back bend. So the purpose is a little bit more openness to the front of the hips. And I stretch the front of the chest. The next time you come forward, make your way all the way down to the ground. Forearms under forehead. Bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs. Okay, and we'll come into a quad stretch. We'll take our left shin, we'll let it draw towards the ground, right foot towards right bottom. Reach back with your right hand and see if you can draw the right foot a little closer. Knees draw towards one another, press the pelvis towards the floor. Deep quad stretch here. And we're going to take the right leg, we're going to bring it into a prone tree or belly facing tree pose. So my inner thigh comes towards the ground, my right foot either comes to the shin, the ankle, the thigh, wherever it feels best for you. So tree on the ground. Can you get the right hip down a little further? So I'm reaching my right knee out just a little bit more. If you want even more here, we're coming into a half frog. My right knee is in line with my right hip. My right knee is also in line with my right ankle. Right hip reaches a little further towards the ground. Press down with the inner thigh. Few breaths. Good. Exhale, release that leg, bring them back together, windshield wiper side to side. Same thing on our second side. Right shin comes down, left foot towards left glute. Press the pelvis a little bit more towards the floor. Ooh, this leg needed it. Hello, quad. Few breaths here. And then we're going to come into our prone tree. So the left leg externally rotates. You can bring left foot to left ankle, shin, thigh. If you want even more here, my left knee is in line with my left hip. My left knee is also in line with my left ankle, 90-degree angle here. To get the left hip down more. Take a few breath cycles. Exhale, release. Windshield wiper the legs. Shins come back to the mat at your own time. Hands come by the lowest ribs. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, child's pose. You can stay in child's pose as long as you'd like. For those who dog, take a few breaths wherever you're at. Good. Okay, for those not in downward dog, you can make your way into downward dog. We're going to come into our forward folds at the top of the mat. So we'll be walking our feet to hands or hands to feet. And then once in forward fold, bend one knee and then the other. We'll bring both hands to the hips, bend the knees, stand tall. Circle out your hips, roll out wrist. Okay, come to the top of the mat. Standing tall in mountain pose, we'll start with a sun salutation A. When you're ready, inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from hips. Inhale, back body comes up halfway, engage your bottom. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into plank or modified plank, optional vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Take your time if you're flowing, coming through chaturanga, elbows draw in, lift the chest, and then downward dog. We'll walk feet to hands or hands to feet, forward bend. Root through your feet. When we stand tall, engage your bottom. Exhale, hands to heart center, 2 breath cycles. On your next inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, come into chair. Hips draw back, belly draws in. We're going to come into tree by standing in our, lifting our right, hands can come to heart center. Now you might want to stay in tree. If you want a little bit more here, you can take the right ankle across the left shin or across the left thigh, coming into fire log. Few breaths. We're going to take our right foot and step in front of the left. All 4 corners of the feet plant. We'll inhale, reach. Come into a lateral stretch. Find a nice outer side and hip stretch. Both arms reach overhead. Forward fold. Deep hamstring stretch. If you need to, step right foot out a little further. Inhale, back body will come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. I want you to root through your front right foot. We're going to step the back foot into warrior 1. Root through all 4 corners of both feet. Stand tall. We'll open up warrior 2. Front palm flips. Reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Warrior two. We're going to frame our front foot. We're going to come into a low lunge. Take your time. If you need blocks, feel free to have them under the hands. Left knee, top of toe comes to the mat. And stay here, or you can flow. Low lunge, half split. Hamstring stretch. Quad stretch. There's no rush. Allow yourself the opportunity to get into the posture and to flow at your own pace. If you want more, you're welcome to lift the arms. Up to you. Hands down is perfect. Hands lifted, perfect. Wherever you're at. Good. One more each way. Okay, when you come into your low lunge, take your right hand to the inside of the right leg. I'm going to come into my half split. Left hip over left knee. Heel toe your right foot all the way to the right side. I'm going to walk those hands up. I'm going to open up my hip. Hands can stay on blocks. I'll face you so you can see me and what I'm doing too. So I'm just opening up inner thigh, finding some space. You can stack or have hands down. If you want even more, you can rock a little side to side with those hands. Good. One more each way. And then hands come down. Come into tabletop. Right leg swings back. Optional vinyasa. Take your time, or child's pose or downward dog. We'll look to our hands, come up onto our toes, walk feet to hands or hands to feet. Forward bend. Inhale, let your back body come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, root through the feet, stand tall on your inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take 2 breaths like here. Okay. On your second side, let's inhale. Sit back into chair. Root through your left leg. We'll stand tall. Sorry, right leg. Root through the right leg. Lift the left leg. Tree. You can stay here, lifting left leg, or you can cross at the shin or thigh, coming into a little bit of a deeper fire log posture. On your next exhale, left foot will step in front of right foot. Bring left hand down, right arm up, lateral stretch. Both arms reach overhead. Yes, that right arm. Forward fold. On your inhale, back body comes up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with your right foot. Coming into warrior one. We're going to root first, and then rise. Opening warrior two. Flip front left palm, tilt back. Reverse warrior. We'll come into side angle, or if you're already in side angle, you can reverse it either way. You know, free flow. Take a few breaths. Okay, you'll do it. One more inhale wherever you're at. Back up warrior two. We're going to bring hands to the inside of the, I lied, not the inside. We're going to frame the front foot. Bringing the right knee down. If you want to, put the blocks under your hands. So we're in a traditional lunge here. Take your time. Stay here or flow. Low lunge, half split. If any of this ever bothers anybody's knee, all you have to do is untuck the back leg. So same thing, no pressure on that knee. Good. Again, you can lift the arms if you'd like or keep them down. Good. Let's do one more each way. We'll meet in our low lunge first. Bringing left hand to the inside of the left leg. Then shift your weight back. Right hip over right knee. Heel toe, left foot to the left side. Just face you so you can see me and I don't run into the wall. Hands can stay down as you open up the hip. Or come all the way up. Maybe rocking a little bit back and forth. Good. One more each way if you're flowing. Then hands come down, swing it around. The tabletop, opportunity for a final vinyasa here. Flow at your own pace or meet in child's pose. Take your time wherever you choose to be. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a W sit. So for a lot of us, having a block will be wonderful. So I'm going to either sit on a block or a pillow, and I'm going to have my knees in line with my hips and my feet on the outside of my hips. A nice little W sit here, internally rotating my legs. So make sure the knees aren't wide. They're close. I'm sitting on a lovely block here if I need it. If you don't need it, opt out. You can stack 5 blocks if you need pillows. And so my heels are right on the outside. I'm going to do a little lateral stretch here. Left hand down, right arm up. And then right hand down, left arm up. Both hands come down. Hands can either come to the hips or to the ground. We can lean back a little bit, the front of the thighs. For me, I have a wall behind me, but you can feel free to go back as far as you'd like. It might feel good to just sit up, but it might also feel good to get a little bit of a deeper stretch here. Take about 3 breaths. Come all the way back up into tabletop. Remove the block from underneath you. Okay. Walk the knees to the right side of the mat. Come on to the left hip. Ankle stack, knee stack, hip stack. Draw the top right leg back. Right shin is in line with the back of the mat. Fingertips are facing the front of your mat. Lengthen your spine, stay here, or come on to your forearms. You want even more? Right arm reaches to the top of the mat. Left arm comes into a T. Chest comes to the ground. Wheel of life. Exhale, walk your hands back. Stack knees, ankles, hips. We'll come to our second side. Shift up into tabletop and bring knees to the left side. Come on to your right hip. Hip stacked, knee stacked, ankle stacked. Top left shin parallel to the back of the mat. fingertips face the front, you might stay here. Or come down onto those forearms. Or if you want even more, left arm straight, right arm into a T, wheel of life. Exhale, back towards the hip. We're going to stack everything and then we're going to face where our feet are. So it might be the back of your mat. That's okay. We're going to be sitting in a staff pose. Arms reach overhead, fold forward. Opportunity to stay, get a nice hamstring, glute stretch, back body stretch, or if you want to float, hands come behind the hips, fingertips face towards the front of the mat. Lift the chest, maybe lift the hip. Working back body lengthening, front body lengthening. 2 more each way if you're flowing. Meet and forward fold, hold it for 2 breaths. And then come all the way up. Okay, we're gonna do a few different restorative poses. The first 2 are going to be a little bit more of yin, which means it's gonna be a little bit of a stretch while we're relaxing. The second 2 will be more relaxing. So grab your pillows. Also have your blocks. I'm gonna have my pillows lined up. So my front one is pretty close to the top of my mat, long end in line with the short end. There's my little gap between the 2. And then my bottom pillow, long end in line with the short end. Coming into pigeon, I'm going to give you 2 options. If you don't like pigeon, if pigeon doesn't work for you, stick with me. I'll show you what you're going to do. Okay, for those that are coming into pigeon, we're starting in tabletop. My hands are in between the gap. I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to extend it behind me, I'm going to heel toe it all the way around to the outside of my left hand. Now I'm like in a lizard lunge. So I went from tabletop to lizard lunge. All the way across the mat. So I'm supported on this bottom pillow. Oh, my internet is unstable. You didn't hear me, did you? We're going to heel toe the foot all the way across. I can lean into my left hip. Normally in pigeon, we're finding this squared hip or in a restorative. You can lean a little bit into that left hip. Forearms or arms or head on blocks or on pillows. And we're just relaxing in this posture. Not today. Okay. You can lay on your back. You can bring your left foot across the right thigh. Or if you have a wall or something next to you, you can even put that right foot up on the wall, just finding a nice let yourself relax completely from head to toe. Take 2 cleansing breaths here. Breathe in deeply through the nose. One more time. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Okay. For those on the pillows, there's no pretty way to do this. You're just going to dump into your left hip, lean into your left hand, and then swing right leg around. Windshield wiper the legs. You made that look really pretty, but mine doesn't look so pretty. Okay. For those on your back that did figure 4, stay where you're at. For those that are not, and you're going to do your second side, meet me in tabletop for a few tabletop circles. We'll do the same thing on our right side. So I'm going to extend right leg back. I'm going to swing right leg around. My right hand is on the outside of my right, I guess my leg is on the outside of my right hand. There we go. And then from here, I'm going to heel toe, right foot all the way across. Coming into pigeon, I can sit up, I can recline down, I can take a little nap. Just find where it feels good. Anybody, if this does not feel good, you are not relaxed, you are in a more awful state, recline on your back. Right foot across left thigh, figure 4, you're getting the exact same stretch, just gravity is weighing a little different. Relax your jaw, relax the shoulders, connect with your breath. Take your 2 cleansing breaths on this side. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. One more time. And then anyone who is in she'll wiper our legs side to side. And apparently every time I get in or out of a posture, my internet wants to have problems. So hopefully you can hear me. Looks like you're all following me. Okay, we've got 2 more restorative postures. So when you're ready, if you're on the ground, come into the fetal position. We're going to lay on our back, and we're either going to have a block if you want a deeper restorative position. If you want a gentler one, take your pillow. We're going to press down with our feet, lift our hips, and either put a block or a pillow underneath our sacrum, that triangle bone at the base of the spine, right by the glutes. Legs can extend straight. Arms can be overhead. Or if you have any low back discomfort, just bend the knees. Hands can always come to belly as it feels comfortable. Give yourself space. you don't make subtle adjustments. Sigh it out through the mouth. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Lift the hips, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way onto the mat. Bring feet to the edges of the mat, knees to center, hands on belly. Okay, for our final restorative, I'm considering this our Shavasana. I'm going to be doing a Supta Baddha Konasana with a ramp. I'll walk you through that setup, but if there's another final restorative pose you'd rather be in, feel free to choose that. I'm going to come into the fetal position, slowly press down with the top hand. I'm going to set up a ramp for my upper body. So I'm getting a nice chest opener close to the base. And I'll take my 2 blocks, them right underneath my shins and thighs, feet together, knees apart. Hands can be on belly and cactus or overhead. Slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. Relax completely from head to toe. Soften. Find stillness. Stay here in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Once you're ready, you can start to put subtle movement into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, circle wrists and ankles. You give yourself a bear hug or do a morning stretch. You can draw your knees to your chest, making a few circles one direction and then the other. Coming into the fetal position on your favorite side and taking a few moments here to connect with your breath and your body. Once you're ready, press down with the hands, come up to a comfortable seated position. You can bring the hands. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to guide you through your practice. Hope the rest of the day and the rest of the week is filled with joy, strength, health, relaxation, and all you need. The light in me respects and honors the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.